Hello and welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video I want to talk about 545 by 39 and why I think it's so good right now and why I think you guys should go out there and just make the most of it whilst you currently can. Now this caliber and the guns that use it definitely fall off late wipe. It's mainly the guns that are the issue. The ammo is very strong, but the fire rate on the guns just can't quite compete with the meta guns that are currently in Tarkov. The M4s, the FALs, the M1As, the Vectors, the Mutant maybe now. These guns just, they can't compete. They don't do enough damage for the fire rate they have, so they definitely fall off at late wipe. But whilst we can currently use them, there is no reason not to make the most of them. Now before I show the gun builds, which we can already see them, but before I show them in detail, I just want to talk about the two ammos that I have side by side with these guns. And that is BT and BP. Now both these ammos are very similar. BT has slightly more penetration but less damage, and BP has slightly more damage but less penetration. These ammos are so easy to find, and loads of other players are going to be running this ammo, so you will always be able to get this ammo even if you don't have the flea market or if you don't want to buy the ammo. You'll be able to find boxes of this absolutely everywhere on customs. For example, in Stronghold you can find boxes of it. There's boxes everywhere on reserve, but you'll find boxes. This ammo literally died about pretty much every map, so you'll have no trouble getting this ammo if you don't want to buy it. I have over 1,000 BT bullets and I haven't bought a single bullet. It is absolutely insane. But now that we've talked about the ammo, I just want to quickly show you the gun builds. So here we have two examples of gun builds for 545. Now before I go any further, I do want to say you can use absolutely any gun in this caliber and still make it decent. I'm just showing two different examples of guns that I think are the best and one that you can come across, quite a lot. Now the best one in my opinion is the RPK, but let me just quickly talk about the AK-74N that I've got. Now AK-74Ns, 74Ms, just 74s, maybe even an AK-74U, you can come across those all the time on scavs. Now the mini AKs like the 74U aren't going to be as good. You're going to have more recoil but more ergo in return. So if you want like a high ergo gun, definitely go for the mini one. But you're going to find these AKs a lot on scavs, so they're easy to get a hold of. You don't even have to buy them half the time, and you can just put a couple of attachments on and be good to go. But if you didn't have absolutely any of these guns and you wanted to build both of these from scratch, you would be looking at about 80k on the flea market with the current prices. Now a lot of this stuff you end up buying from traders anyway when you level your traders up, so this will get cheaper as you go if you haven't already unlocked certain parts from traders. So definitely keep that in mind. But for 80k, both of these guns are extremely good. But as you can see, obviously I'll say the RPK is better because you're going to be spending the same amount of money, but you're going to have a higher ergo, less recoil. There's no reason not to pick the RPK if you're going to be building it from scratch. That's something to keep in mind. But if you're able to get your hand on an AK from in raid, from a scav or something, you're definitely going to cut down on the price because you're not going to have to buy the gun outright. But do keep in mind you are going to have a lower durability. Like you can see the 74N. This was actually, I bought this on the flea, but I wanted to specifically buy one that was low durability. This was one that was obviously found in raid on a scav. They sold it on the flea, so you've definitely got to keep an eye out for that. So if you're wanting to get a gun that's 100% durability, you're definitely going to have to spend that a little bit more. But these two guns are really cheap, 80k for the full build. You can put a laser on it if you want as well. The reason is up to 80k is obviously the sights on there. You might want to get a cheaper sight. This sight costs about 20k, so you might be able to get a sight for 10k. Maybe get a PK of 6 if you still like that sight and it will still work. But these guns right here, so cheap to build and extremely effective. Just put BP or BT in them. You don't even need 60 rounders right now. If you can get a hand on a 60 rounder, definitely go for it, because obviously it's going to be a massive increase to your capabilities of killing players and scavs alike. But these two guns are probably some of the best ones you can get in this caliber right now for how cheap they are. But if you want to invest more, definitely go for it. AKs are extremely strong right now. I've had a hell of a lot of fun with them. But I'm going to show you some clips now. I've only got a few clips of it. Most of it is using the RPK, just because I want to show you that why I think it is the better one out of all of them. These guns have been so much fun to use. Let me know what you guys think of this caliber right now, and let me know if you think it's actually going to be better this wipe later on, because of there's not so much, potential chads running around with the economy not being as fucked as it was last wipe. But other than that, give these weapons a try. Let me know how you feel about them. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
They're still breathing.
You motherfuckers,
Ivan,
do it!
we got a rat here, damn it. Piece of shit.